Hello there. Hey girl, hey. This is Miss Tony. How y'all doing? Happy Saturday. I hope you guys watched the show. This is the review of Ready to Love Season 5 reunion, and it was a doozy. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I did. It was real feisty, okay? It was a lot of claws came out. The folks was ready to, fight, and it was some cussing and some fussing and line going on. I mean, they was getting it in, okay? So let's get into it. Tommy comes in, the show comes on, and they begin to do a review, okay? They start talking about everything that happened throughout the episode, throughout the shows, each episode, how it all went down, how the curveballs came in, the blind dates and everything. Starting out with 7 men and 7 women, and how they added with men and women as they went, and gave a lot of options to everybody, okay? So after we got the review of, the season of what had happened, then Tommy got right into it, and his first thing was he talked about the beach house retreat, okay? So at the beach house retreat is when they were at the table. Remember, they were sitting outside, and then this is when Laverne decided to do the truth or dare, okay? And of course, they showed where, and I don't remember this scene, but they showed where Wiley did a dare where he would get behind the person, do a slow dance behind the person that he liked the most, which was Tina. So he got on up, did his little dance behind Tina. That was cute. That was fun. And then it went to Sabrina, of course, and Sabrina had to get up and nibble on the person's ear that she was more attracted to. Now this one became really complicated because Sabrina was in between Tori and Demetrius at the time, and she said that, well, Tori was moving, showing his affection on the outside, and Demetrius was showing his back seam. So in other words, in my opinion, Tori was letting everybody know, hey, I'm into you. Demetrius wasn't putting you on Front Street. He was letting you know behind the scenes. Like, he didn't want to show everybody, on TV or, make it known that he was really into you. So she said that they had a previous conversation. And so the reason why she nibbled on Demetrius' ear is because she wanted to follow through with their previous conversation that they had to let him know that she was interested in in her doing that, she offended Tori because he was really into her. So, and she said that she wasn't expecting a response from him. And then, I told y'all on that first review that, messy Joy, because she's messy. And if you watch the reunion, you're going to see her the whole time, just being messy. I don't know, maybe that's just her personality, but she's messy as far as I'm concerned. Because when you all in everybody else's little situation, mind your business, okay? And just focus on who you focusing on. In any event, don't let me get on Joy because I don't like messy people. Okay, so anyway, she explained what happened, and she said that more than anything, that because Joy hollered out, Tori, get ready, get on up, Tori, it embarrassed him. It openly embarrassed him. And even nephew Tommy said that, he expected it to be Tori as well. And Tori even laughed it off and said, even the cameraman was, shocked. Everybody was shocked. And so it was a shocker when she get up and did Demetrius, because Demetrius hadn't shown us that he was even, pursuing her. So, but in any event, that's what happened. And like I said, and she explained the situation. Now, because Demetrius had been behind the scene, we didn't see Demetrius pursuing her. That's why I had said that Tori was chasing Sabrina while she was chasing Demetrius. Well, we never saw Demetrius chasing her. We never saw any real interest in really pursuing her until they got to, the scene we're going to talk about, when it was in the pool and everything. But in any event, that's what happened. So then Demetrius also said that he was shocked. He was very shocked that she came and nibbled on his ear, because he was thinking that she had a connection with Tori as well, which I don't know why he was shocked, since she said Sabrina said that they had been having conversations and they had, agreed to get on the same page. So why was he shocked? Who knew? But anyway, the next scene, we get to talk about the blind dates, and Tommy starts talking about who all the blind dates were. And of course, Carmen was a blind date, Eric was a blind date, and what's that big guy named? I can't think of his name, but he was a blind date as well. And Donovan was a blind date. And so he just talked about, asked them how did it feel, coming in being a blind date. What did they think about the process of the blind dates and everything? And everybody said that it was a little overwhelming. They already had enough people there, and then bringing in other people, so it kind of threw some people off. Some people said, so Eric was a blind date too. So he just kind of went around and asked them, how was the blind date? And he got to Eric, and Eric said, that he had a wonderful blind date with Dakia, and we'll get to that. And Carmen, she had a blind date with Donovan. She enjoyed her blind date. They talked about that a little bit. And then Donovan brought up that him and Carmen, got along. They had some really, sexual tension between each other, which we see their little sexual tension play out anyway. But anyway, it was good. And Tommy just asked them about what was going on with them, how things were, because they apparently are together. And so, Carmen said that, he makes her laugh. He listens to her. He's very caring, and Donovan says, that she was a match for him. So they're clearly really, really into each other, which is a really good thing when you can find a match. And then nephew Tommy asked Paul, well, he was also interested in Carmen, and asked him about the blind dates, and Paul gave a good answer. He's really philosophical. He said that, as far as he was concerned, which was a great answer to me, everybody was a blind date because he only could see them, and he didn't know anything about them until he actually had a conversation with them, and people revealed themselves to know who they are and what their intentions. So, as far as he was concerned, that everybody was a blind date, which was a great answer because nobody knew each other anyway. Okay. And then of course, like Carmen and Donovan talked about, choosing each other, and that they were making plans. They told nephew Tommy they were making plans to move forward. They were a couple. They were enjoying each other's families. They were enjoying themselves, and they were getting along just great. Okay. So that's Donovan and Carmen working things out. And I said on my last review, I really liked them as a couple. They look cute. And Carmen was sharp as she could be, honey, at the reunion with her blue on, honey. And Donovan, had a nice cut. They look cute together. They make a cute couple. Okay, so next scene was Tommy wanted to talk about the love triangle with Eric, to talk about Eric and Dakia and what happened, in that situation, okay? So it was a lot of this was a very intense conversation between Eric and Dakia, because Dakia talked about how they took the prom picture and he touched her inappropriately. Eric apologized, but he also said that the way that they were getting along and the way that they, appear to have been, communicating with each other, that he thought that they were moving toward being a couple. So I'm assuming that maybe they had been touchy-feely behind the scenes. Maybe they had embraced or kissed or hugged or whatever, and that, him maybe, grabbing or touching the wrong way, he felt like, that it wasn't as inappropriate as he thought, that the way she took it. So the kid seemed to have been very offended. She took it very seriously, even though he apologized and everything. She didn't even seem like she really, wanted the apology. She just seemed like she wanted to be left alone. She just seemed like, that the whole situation was just a really big problem for her. It was some messiness going on between somebody saying one thing, and whatever he did it out in, around a group as they was taking pictures or what have you. And so it just seemed like it was a really, really messed up situation. Dakia seems, still be mad, angry, Eric apologized again, and Joy, Messy Joy, she sitting next to him and she hugs him, I don't know why. Maybe these people are friends, they know each other or something. We just don't know the inside situation, but she over there, hugging on him, giving him support. I guess she mad at Dakia because Dakia liked her man, but I mean, this was a dating game. I don't get how people are upset because somebody liked who you was dating. I mean, if the man grinning in some woman's face, okay, I'm finna go off on another rant. All right, so anyway, Eric apologized to Dakia. She semi-accepted the apology, and they went on their merry way, okay? The next scene is where we have Sabrina and all her men, okay? It's what Tommy said, Sabrina and all her men. And he asked her, what was it like for her, to have so many different interests, because she had Demetrius, she had Tori, and she had Donovan, which, that to me, that's not a whole lot, but, 3, I guess she had more than, others had. And she explained, and she said that it was a very overwhelming for her. She said she had been in one relationship for a little over a decade, or almost a decade. She had been married before, and it was a bit much for her to be thrown in a situation. She couldn't focus, make a decision, because, dating 2 or 3 different people, and she was so used to being with one person. Where Sabrina, come here, Sabrina, you should not have went on the show, okay? If you know that, if you watch the show, you know what happens, you there to ready to love, you're meeting different people and everything, and you know the situation you was going to be thrown off into, so you shouldn't have signed up for the show, or you shouldn't accept their offer, okay? So that's just how I feel on that situation. So anyway, she says that she feels like she's ready to love, but she just didn't feel like she was ready to love any of the people that was there. And so, let's see, they had a little riff, which Sabrina said that, they talked again about the Tory situation, and, how, Joy with her messy self, she was all in that situation. And how she had refused to meet, I'm sorry, they was talking about Donovan, and she went back and forth, dropping some tea on Donovan, said if Donovan had came earlier, then he would have picked Joy. She told he would have picked Joy, and she could have kept that to herself. I guess she want to be messy, but she decided she would share that with the rest of us anyway. But Donovan said that she was lying, and which I kind of believe, because somebody else co-signed it, and I think it might have been Precious or something co-signed it, and Precious got to cussing and acting a fool, and all this kind of stuff. But anyway, Sabrina refused to meet Demetrius' family, because she said Demetrius had went and told his mom that he found out that she had kissed Donovan, because Donovan told him that they had kissed, which I don't know why he would be telling Demetrius that. I don't understand these grown people, what's going on. But in any event, so that was the reason why she said that she didn't want to meet his mother, because she felt some kind of way that they done discussed that here's this lady that been kissing on another man, and now you want me to meet your family, and she just felt uncomfortable doing that. So I can kind of understand how she feel about that a little bit. So he asked Sabrina, would she have done anything different, as far as, Donovan is concerned, and she said yes, she would. She said the kiss was good, but it wasn't worth all this drama, and she wished she hadn't did that. And Donovan said that is one thing that we can agree on, we see each other, okay? Then we go to Laverne. The ladies felt that he was a bigger fan of himself than anybody else. They felt like he had a God complex, and Laverne was, he said he was the it, and it ain't his fault, because you don't feel the same way about yourself. That's not his problem, I mean, get your self-esteem together, because he got his together, okay? So anyway, Laverne said that he showed, he just talked to all the ladies. He said, when it came on, he talked to Ace, he talked to Precious, he talked to Sabrina, and was another new lady he talked to, and he just showed them all some love. And he just, he said that it was his duty to process. It was not his duty there. He said he don't feel like the process there was for him. So Laverne said he's not for everybody, and we all agree. Okay, sitting on there with them shorts on, that gray and white shorts almost look like my curtains here, and plain gray socks and shorts, and it was a mess. Okay, in my opinion, for a grown man, put some pants on, honey. Look like a grown man. I don't know where you going with that mess on, but anyway. He said they didn't connect. He didn't connect with anyone. It just didn't work out for him. And then they talked about as Ace, why did she eliminate herself? Because Ace and Laverne had a connection, remember? And she said, well, once Laverne got eliminated, she eliminated herself because there was really nobody there. That's the person that she was, connecting with. And Tommy asked her, did they connect afterwards? And she said she did. And it worked for a while, and then it just didn't work out. Apparently, she said that he wasn't looking for what she was looking for, which was a substantial relationship. So clearly, Eric is not ready to love, and he's not ready to be in a relationship because Ace said she was looking for a relationship, and he was not looking for that. So there's that. And Tommy even asked them, whether, they could, work it out or anything like that. And she said that's to be determined. So that's a soft no instead of a hard no. Okay. That's the way I look at it. But in any event, I did think Ace and Laverne could make a connection, but Laverne, he does have a little God complex, and he's an ex-military guy, so I don't know if he took some bullets or anything like that, because he do act a little shell shock sometimes, so he could have taken a bullet, who knew. But anyway, so then Laverne, they get into this messy situation about Ace. What happened was when he got into it with Sabrina, Tommy asked him, did he apologize to Sabrina? And he said he did apologize to her right after he called her, and she accepted his apology and apologized. But then they got into a messy situation about what was going on when he said that Precious had told him. Precious got up, started cussing, said it was a lie. They didn't get a chance to finish what was going on, but she was mad. She done called him the B word and everything. Precious said Carmen called. Carmen said that, no, I ain't call you. I mean, it's going to be a mess. This is for next week. But in any event, this first part was just 10 minutes or maybe 15 minutes of a review. And then they went into the scenes, and they really only covered a few things. So it wasn't really a lengthy part one, because maybe they have so much to cover, they're going to cover the bulk of it, next week. And it seems it's good. The next week's going to be really rocky, honey, with the folks. I mean, they just up in arms, honey, up in there. But I enjoyed it. It was very, it was interesting. I enjoyed seeing Carmen and Donovan together. I hope they work out. Messy Joy looked like she got her man. Sabrina, she going on about her business. She did the best she could. She said she was just used to being in a long-term relationship, and it was just too much for her. Nakia checked out, because of Eric. She tried it with Paul. I guess they're gonna talk about that next week, because we all know that was gonna work anyway. But anyway, that was the review. It was a good reunion. It was funny, impactful, and messy. But I think part two is really they're gonna get down to business and really cover some things that happened. So that was it. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and also like this video, and I'll see you next week. Hey girl, hey, and hey guys too. Bye bye.